Hello students, today I have come with part 3 of B2B marketing. I have already put 2 videos of B2B marketing in the YouTube channel where I have defined what is B2B marketing. I have also talked about the different categories of industrial customers and what are the different types of demand in B2B marketing. I have also differentiated between B2B and B2C. So today this is part 3 of B2B marketing. So here I am going to talk about the different types of industrial products and services which B2B marketers are selling. One is materials and parts, second is capital goods, and the third is supplies and services. So we will see each one in detail. So materials and parts are part of the finished product. So they are raw materials, manufactured materials and component parts. So they become the part of the finished product directly. So raw materials are materials which is used in the production process or in the manufacturing process. Like for example, fertilizer plants, they need natural gas, naphtha. In some industries, manufacturing industries, they need iron ore, rubber. So these kind of raw materials are marketed to OEMs, that is original equipment manufacturers. That is those companies who are manufacturing original products. Then you have manufactured materials and component parts. Manufactured parts require some processing before they enter into the manufacturing process, like steel rods or steel sheets or aluminum ingots. These are all manufacturing materials which are used in various manufacturing industries. Component parts are your electric motors, batteries, instruments, spark plug, etc., which is also used by various industries. So now next we see the capital items. Capital items are heavy equipment which is long-term investment like generators, furnaces, machinery used in manufacturing to manufacture various products, earth-moving equipments like JCB, cranes, etc. And also capital items are light equipment like power operated tools, hand tools, small electric motors, dies, etc. And also we have fixed assets under capital items like plants, factories, buildings, offices, warehouses, housing for employees, etc., which is all basically real estate. So capital items are those long-term products, industrial products, which is sold to industrial customers like heavy equipment, light equipment, and fixed assets like plant and buildings. Then you have supplies and services. So these supplies and services support the manufacturing process of different industries. They only support, they do not become part of the final product. So many industries need supplies of lubricants, grease, oil, detergent, soap, paints, etc. And also many industries need support services like maintenance of plant and buildings and auditing services to do the auditing of their accounts, advertising services to promote their products and services, legal services if they enter into litigation with their customers, suppliers, or any other stakeholder, courier services to send documents and products or parts across to other companies. Marketing research services is very much needed by industries, that is to do research on the market and then launch their new products, and consultancy services to solve their various business problems. So these supplies and services is one of the industrial products which is sold by B2B marketers. Then you have capital items and materials and component parts which is also sold by the B2B marketers. So these products, these three kinds of industrial products are mainly sold to business customers directly. Sometimes materials and component parts are sold to dealers, like for example car dealers, they purchase from manufacturers the spare parts of their automobiles which they are selling to end consumers. So basically the industrial products are sold to industrial customers or business customers directly. So what is the purchase orientation, or what kind of purchases the business customers do? So they have buying orientation, procurement orientation, and supply chain management orientation. So we will see each one of them, what it means is the purchase orientation of business customers. So buying orientation, the business customer or industrial customer has a short-term focus. He is only focused on getting the lowest price from the supplier. So he will negotiate. His style of negotiation will be I win, you lose style. So his main aim is to get quality and availability of the industrial product at the lowest price from the supplier. Also, the industrial customer wants to gain control or power over the suppliers, so he uses tactics like commodification and multi-sourcing. Commodification means he treats the product like a commodity. He argues with all the suppliers that their products are similar, their services are similar, their product features are similar. The only difference between the suppliers is their price. So he negotiates with them on the price. Multi-sourcing is where the industrial customer sources from different suppliers and he negotiates with all the suppliers, places orders with them. So basically multi-sourcing and commodification are tactics where the business customer tries to gain control over the suppliers. The business customer also wants to avoid risk. He wants to avoid making a costly mistake. So he will follow standard purchase procedures which is being followed by his company, and he will also purchase only from proven suppliers. That means those suppliers from whom he has purchased before and they have proved to be reliable. So he will not be ready to take a risk by purchasing from new and unknown suppliers. So what is procurement orientation? This is the kind of orientation the business customer has a long-term focus. He wants to get the industrial product at the lowest cost and at the best quality, but he also wants to establish a long-term collaborative relationship with the suppliers. So the buyer firm and the suppliers want to develop a trustful relationship with each other where they share the rewards of working together and they try to satisfy the goals and interests of both. So a lot of negotiations are done where they focus on their common interest and goals, and usually the supplier firms will implement management strategies like JIT, just in time delivery, where only they follow this management strategy mainly to reduce their inventory costs and to make their production process more efficient. and to speed up their production process. So only when the buyer firm requires the particular industrial product, the supplier will deliver to him. So he will not try to keep a stock or an inventory of the products with him. That is known as just-in-time delivery. This is mainly to reduce the inventory costs of the supplier companies and to increase the efficiency or to make their production process more efficient and quicker. So also this in procurement orientation, the supplier firms and the buying firms work with other functional areas of the industrial customer like the purchase department of his company, the manufacturing department, the marketing department, the accounts department. They work with the other functional departments and do the material requirement planning, which is known as MRP. Then you have supply chain management orientation. Here the buying firm wants to improve their supply chain, the whole supply chain, right from raw material to the end users. So they try to coordinate and integrate all the members who are there in the supply chain, the customers to whom he is further selling his product, that is customers, the intermediaries and the suppliers, and the supplier from whom he gets his supplies, that is suppliers. So through supply chain management, they try to deliver value to their end users and they outsource their non-core activities, that is the unimportant activities, and they try to develop a collaborative relationship with their suppliers. So the best example is automotive industry where the manufacturers, that is the suppliers, work closely with the dealers, that is the buyer firms, so that they can deliver superior value to the end customers, that is those who are purchasing the automotives, the end customers. So these are the three purchase orientation of the industrial customers where they want to manage their supply chain in an efficient manner. They want to have a long-term focus, that is procurement orientation and buying orientation where they have a short-term focus with the supplier firm. So what are the purchase practices in commercial enterprises? In commercial enterprises, the business customers involve many other departments in their company. They identify the best suppliers, negotiate with them, and try to satisfy their purchase objectives. They try to develop a good long-term relationship with their suppliers and they try to follow the procedure and documentation of their company. So what is the purchasing or purchase behavior in government organizations? So they have a particular purchase procedure which is a standard purchase procedure which is followed by government organizations and they usually purchase through competitive bidding, that is tenders, closed tenders or sealed tenders, open tenders or through other government contracts. The purchase is done by the government organizations. So this is an example of a government tender given by Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue, where they have invited the suppliers or manufacturers to show interest, expression of interest, that is EOI, in personal radiation detector and radionuclide identification devices. So they have given their website address, they have given their office from where the forms can be collected, and they have also given the date when these forms can be submitted. So this is also a tender example of a tender given by a school, Kendra Vidyalaya. So here they have asked contractors and suppliers to give their sealed tenders for security services, cleaning, sweeping, gardening services. They have mentioned the dates when the forms can be collected from their office and what is the payment for the forms, what is the last date for submitting the tender, and when the tender will be opened. That date is also mentioned. So, how is the purchase in cooperative societies and institutions? If they are government institutes, then they follow the standard government procedure of purchase. If it is a private, then they follow the commercial purchase process. So each industrial customer will follow their own purchase process to purchase the industrial products from B2B customers. So with that, we have come to the end of this video. So very soon I will be coming out with a subsequent video.